guys and gals, kitties and cats, dogs and pups, all my other people out there. Welcome back to Anatomical Analogies. In this mini episode today, we're going to discuss steroids. So I called in Barry Bonds, called up Mark McGuire, called up Hulk Hogan, called up all the other people that use steroids. But this actually is, that steroids people use for to get big and cheat in sports. Are the steroids we're going to discuss, but they aren't all encompassing. The steroids people use for sports are just a small sliver of what steroids actually are in general. So our scientific discussion, we aren't going to be talking about baseball, aren't going to be talking about WWE wrestling or whatever the hell Hulk Hogan does, brother. We aren't going to be talking about Barry Bonds either, although he is a Pittsburgh legend. But steroids, our discussion. So first off, all steroids are lipids, so they're under that larger umbrella of lipids, so they are in an organic molecule. So all steroids do contain, since they are lipids, lots of carbon, lots of hydrogen, not so much oxygen, but they do contain a very small amount of it. So they are all or mostly non-polar. Steroids all, and here's the key part, of steroids that we're going to need to know. Not as much analogies in this section, but there's just straight info. I'm just spitting info out my info on steroids. Info on steroids. But all steroids have 4 interlocking carbon chains. 3 of these chains are going to be 6-sided, and 1 of these chains are going to be 5-sided. So actually pause the video right now. Get on your little Google device and Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever the hell you use for your search device. Look up steroid and look at that distinct structure of the 3 6-sided carbon chains and then that 1 5-sided carbon chain. You look at this a couple times, you aren't going to forget what it looks like, and whenever you do need to identify it, either on an exam or just even give a rough drawing, it's pretty simple. 3 6-sided carbon rings, just carbon, not carbon, hydrogen, and then 1 5-sided carbon ring there. So pause, and we'll see you back here soon. And we're back. But we obviously looked at the structures of a steroid. Now, some examples of steroids are cholesterol, which are not anabolic, so they're not building. Vitamin D, not anabolic, so not building. Estrogen is an example of a steroid as well. It's a hormone too, but it's not anabolic, not building. The only anabolic steroid we're going to discuss today is testosterone. So this is the anabolic reactions, the building reaction. These are not exactly what some athletes will take to gain that extra strength on the competitive edge whenever they're cheating in a sport. Although I wish baseball players were allowed to take steroids, and I would definitely watch the games if they could use big barreled bats. They move the pitcher's mound back about 20 feet so the ball won't come as fast to the plate, and make the games about 5 innings. Then you got me signed up for watching baseball. But till then, I'm just not a big baseball guy. It's boring to me, to be honest. That's my opinion. Might not be yours, but make it 5 innings. Let the guys who use roids move the mounds back, and you got my viewership, MLB. But anabolic steroids, they increase the amount of anabolic reactions, and anabolic reactions, as we recall, those are the building reactions. Those are, say, moving a bunch of, or forming a bunch of amino acids into a protein. That's a building reaction. That's anabolic reaction. So anabolic steroids, such as testosterone, it actually increases the protein intake of the body, protein uptake of the cells, and it allows muscles to build quicker and build bigger, essentially. So anabolic reactions such as anabolic steroids, such as testosterone, it increases protein intake, which increases the muscles build. But most steroids out there, such as cholesterol, vitamin D, estrogen, they're not anabolic. So if you take a vitamin D pill, don't expect to get Barry Bonds status or get the big Mark McGuire shoulders or anything like that. But in general, steroids, all are lipids, all are mostly all completely non-polar. They're contain lots of hydrogen and carbon, not so much oxygen, but they do have a little bit of oxygen. They all have 4 interlocking carbon chains. As you looked up the picture, 3 are 6-sided, 1 is 5-sided. Other than that, steroids are pretty simple, pretty straightforward here. See you soon.